It's been over a month since that mass shooting outside Union Station at the conclusion of the Chiefs victory rally. Lisa Lopez Galvan died and nearly 24 others were shot.
This is a tragic day that will likely never be forgotten by anybody, our community, our first responders, and healthcare workers tasked with treating the wounded.
Any response to an abnormal situation can be normal. This situation was not normal. What you witnessed was not normal.
And thanks to dedicated medical professionals, there was a plan in place for moments like these.
KSHP 41 News reporter Todd Palmer sought out some of their perspectives and found that day still weighs heavy for them.
Dr. Erica Carney isn't squeamish as an emergency room physician at University Health Truman Medical Center, but that changed the day of the Chiefs Super Bowl rally.
My job shirt from that day with those victims' blood, it was actually the first time in my entire career was tough to wash. Because I knew exactly what you said. This is a moment in Kansas City, unfortunately, that we will never forget.
Carney also serves as the medical director for Kansas City, Missouri, overseeing the city fire department's EMS crews and as Missouri's state medical director. She and Dr. Jennifer Watts, the chief emergency management medical officer at Children's Mercy Hospital and the pediatric chief medical officer for DMAT, the state's disaster medical assistance team, served as the medical directors for the city and state, coordinating healthcare needs during the parade.
We were busy in the morning, probably busier than we were in previous years too.
Yeah.
We were busy, our tents were moving.
Yeah. Warm weather.
Yeah, we had a lot of people moving through even before the incident.
Nurses and doctors from surrounding hospitals, including University Health and Children's Mercy, are handpicked to work for the DMAT team, which includes first aid stations, roving EMS teams, and the medical tents near Union Station.
It was spread out, geographically spaced, based on where we've seen our injuries at the previous parade, so.
After a dispute erupted in gunfire on the west side of Union Station, leaving Lisa Lopez Galvan dead and nearly 24 more people shot, Carney and Watts pivoted abruptly from a mundane, albeit busy day, to a mass casualty incident, or MCI, response.
I'm being told to just have you move across the street, please.
I had just cleared the VIP medical area, and I was checking on the tent that was on the east side when we heard the radio call go out. Given our specialties, so I'm an EMS physician and an emergency medicine physician, this is what I do. We are over the scene. Same with her on the pediatric side. And so we just went to work. We just went into the tent.
The shootout took place alarmingly close to the medical tent.
It was right in front of the west tent.
But as spectators were scrambling for safety and police were scrambling to locate potential threats and secure the scene, the medical staff on site went to work, especially as the scope of the tragedy came into focus.
Chaos?
Yeah.
I mean, we would be lying if we told you that tent was calm.
Yeah.
Right? It's always chaotic. Fortunately, we don't do it in real life a lot, but yes, it was chaos.
Yeah.
What we add to this, though, in our specialty in disaster medicine is we help control the chaos.
Experiencing.
And we bring a calm to the chaos.
1 mile away, Dr. Dustin Neal, the trauma medical director and medical director of the surgical ICU at University Health, had headed home around the time the rally ended. He said the hospital wasn't as busy as previous Super Bowl parades, despite the unseasonably nice weather, but that was about to change.
When it happened, a text message went across our phones that a mass casualty had started. There was an active shooter at Union Station. My phone rang subsequently thereafter from our emergency medicine nurse director, letting me know that there was at least 9 victims that they already knew of that were likely coming to us.
Neal turned his car around so he could return to the hospital and began alerting other trauma physicians who were on standby to make their way to the hospital to begin receiving gunshot victims. Back at Union Station, Carney and Watts were triaging patients, a process of assessing victims and determining which had the most severe injuries to decide which needed to be rushed to nearby hospitals first.
For these type of events, we talk about a mass casualty.
Yeah.
We talk about active shooter. We have those conversations. If this were to happen, this is what we do in this tent.
Neal said KCPD secured the scene quickly enough to allow emergency personnel to work safely and get patients to hospitals. As a result, everyone who made it to a hospital after the shooting survived.
And all of the people who were moved in the exact correct order. Otherwise, like we've talked about previously, the gentleman that arrived first wouldn't have been here if he'd have come second. He wouldn't have made it just based upon the location of his injuries. And so Dr. Carney and her team figuring out that he needed to go before the other the other 3 enabled him to live.
But it's taken an emotional toll on local hospitals, their staffs, and the city as a whole.
I would say that it's one of probably the top 2 or 3 days as far as sadness that the whole city experienced.
Neal said the shooting of KCPD officer Tyler Moss, who survived being shot in the head after being rushed to University Health, is one of the few days he can remember that were more emotionally taxing on the hospital staff.
When somebody's having their worst day, we prepare to be at our best. When Kansas City had its worst day in a long time, we were ready, and if it ever happens again, we'll be ready then too.
Todd Palmer, KSHB 41 News.